Okay, class, picking up where we left off at. We had 18 times 4 is 72 plus 3 is 75, and our denominator remains 4. Now, 2 times 97, which would give us 194 all over 3, plus 2 times 75 is 150 all over 4. Now, the common denominator of 3 and 4, we know is 12. Now, 12 divided by 3 gives us 4, so we multiply numerator and denominator by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Multiply numerator and denominator by 3. And this would give us, let's see, 16, 37, 3. This would give us 776. 4 times 194. And then 3 times 150 is 450. Now, we add these two together, and this will give us still the denominator of 12. We have 6, 12, carry our 1. So this will give us 1,226 over 12. So now, we would take 12 into 1,226. 12 goes into 12 once. And then we'll bring down our 2. 12 goes into 2, 0 times. Bring down our 6. 12 goes into 26 twice. And we have a remainder of 2. So our answer here is 12 and 2 12ths, and this is yards. However, we could simplify the 2 12ths here. So our answer would be 12. Now let's go up top here because I don't have enough room. So, well, I could do this here. Let's do the prime factorization. 2 is prime, and 12 breaks down to 2 2s and a 3. These two simplify out, and you add 12 and 1/6 yards. And that's it. Okay, now, and that is your perimeter. Okay, now it says if chain link fencing is sold in 15-yard rows, how many rows should be in? Well, actually, I'm sorry, this should be 102, not 12. It's 102 and 1/6 yards. Let's just go back up here. It was 102, not 12. I guess the 0 may have disappeared earlier. Okay, now B, if chain link fencing is sold in 15-yard rows, how many rows should be in purchase? So we would take 102 and 1/6 divided by 15. So this would give us 613 over 6 divided by 15 over 1. We have to change this into an improper fraction. So we have 613 over 6 times 1 over 15. Now, this will give us 613 all over 90. Now, we would take 90 into 613. 90 goes into 613 6 times. 6 times 90 is 540. 613 minus 540 is 73. So you have a remainder of 73. So this would give you 73 over 90 rows. But listen, using a real life example here, we know if you went to the store, they would not give you 73 90ths of a row. So we should write down about 7 rows, because that's more practical. So it's about 7 rows. Okay, now we scroll down here to the next page. So now it says Ben's backyard is 32 1/3 yards long and 18 3/4 yards wide. If Ben wants to side his entire backyard, how much side would he need? Now we know siding is in the inside of the backyard, which is our area. So we would do the area, and we know that our backyard is typically in the shape of a rectangle. So it'll be area is equal to length times width. Now, with our area, we know our length is 32 1/3 yard, and our width is 18 3/4 yard. Now we would change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. So this will give us 65 over 2 yards. And then multiplied by, this will be 75 over 4 yards. Okay, class, I made a slight little error. This is supposed to be 32 1/3. So this should actually be 95 over 3. I mean, actually 97. It should be 97 over 3, not 65. So it should be 97 over 3 yards. Okay, so now we need to multiply this. Now I would suggest taking a prime factorization. We had 3 in our denominator, and 4 breaks down to 2 times 2. Now 97, okay, 97 is prime, but 75 can be broken down to 3 times 5 times 5. Now these two sets of 3's will simplify out, and our denominator would be 4. And now we will have 97 times 5 times 5. This would give us 2,425. Now if we need to show it here, we could take over here 97 times, remember 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35. Carry a 3. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 3 is 48. Add our 0 here. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry a 1. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Now we add this together. This will be 5. 12. Carry a 1. This will give you 14. Carry a 1. So it'd be 2,425 over 4. Now we need to take 4 into the 2,425. 4 goes into 24 6 times. And that'll be 0, and we bring down our 2. 4 goes into 2 0 times, and we bring down our 5. 4 goes into 25 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24, and we have a remainder of 1. So our final answer here would be 606 1/4 square yards. Well, actually, we don't need the S. We could just put yard squared. Now, remember, we went over this before. When you deal with area, yard times yard or unit times unit will give you that unit to the second power. So this is 606 1/4 yards squared, or square yards. And that would be your final answer. Remember, this was a little scratch out here, but that is your final answer. Now, we scroll down here to D. It says if sod is sold in rows that cover 12 square yards, how many rows should be in purchase? So what we would have to do, we would have to take that 606 1/4 square yards and divide it by 12 square yards. So now we need to change the 606 1/4 square yards back to an improper fraction, which will give us 2,425 over 4. Divided by, we can make this 12 over 1. Now these square yards will simplify each other out. So now this will give us 2,425 divided by 4 times, we'll take the reciprocal at 12 over 1, which is 1/12. Now, this is equal to 2,425 all over 48. Now, we need to take 48 into this 2,425. 48 goes into 242, looks like 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40, carry a 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24. 242 minus 240 leaves you 2. Bring down your 5. 48 goes into 25 0 times. We have a remainder of 25. Now, this is what would happen. We know that our exact answer would be 50, 25 over 48, and that'll be rows. But we know in real life, most places are not going to sell you 25/48 of a row. So what you would have to do is write about or you could write approximately either one, about 51 rows. And we could say of side. And that will be our final answer. Now you could write it like this, and there's another way you could write it. You could do an approximation symbol too, and put approximately 51 rows of side. Either one of these would be acceptable.